And now, a word from our sponsors.
In the mood for some wrestling? Make sure to check out the Melbourne Wrestling Show every Thursday at 10 p.m. on Channel 31. Need a custom entrance video, graphic, or hype reel made? Make sure to check out Goated Wrestling Media on Instagram so you too can be the greatest of all time. Want your best dance moves or sporting event captured on film? Make sure to check out Have a Nice Day Productions, where every day is a nice day. Need some promo shots or your event filmed and edited? Or make sure to check out Adrian Casco Media for all your media needs. Want to stand out from the crowd with an amazing photo shoot? Or make sure to check out Jamster Photography so you too can stand out from the crowd. Show where we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I'm clearly not going to be thinking properly because I'm fucking tired as hell because I had a long day at work. Daniel Paul Crow with me is, and I'm sorry for the people who are watching for the comic book things because we're going to be saying that forbidden word, but the hard champion, Tass Alexander.
Yep, I've got the belt. Aside for the moment for this episode, because that's not the focus. We're clearly here for a different matter.
You've got a championship, and you know, part of it's cool. Yeah, that's fair. And the bandering wearing no longer dangerous, unfortunately. We've called him sad. I'm really, really sad to call him that, but Pete Morgan.
And multiverse, and then King the Conqueror, and then I. Sorry, my note taking has been very for this episode.
How many hours have you prepped for this episode? In all honesty, not the ones you've done today, but like in general, because it's been 7 days.
In general, I've rewatched the episode 4 times. I had to rewatch an arc from the original season. I've had to. My vision is blurry and everything. But I do have it has paid off because I have a very special theory for the end of the episode that may tie into Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Good God, are you becoming a conspiracy theorist, Pete?
No, I'm not. I'm wearing a bandana, not a tinfoil hat. There's a difference.
Hey. The bandana is the tinfoil hat of the comic book world. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Especially in my world.
Oh, look, I wear a do-rag for a living. You know, like I have my own fucking theories. So we're in the same boat. It's just you look better in a bandana, and I just look like somebody who's stupid who should be wearing a fucking do-rag. But hey, that's what the gimmick is all about. Now, Tass, can you please give us a synopsis of episode 4 of X-Men season? Oh, fucking hell, X-Men 97 season 2 episode 4.
Rise of Apocalypse Part 2.
Beauty.
An alliance between the X-Men and En Sabanur starts to crack when Ramatut seeks ultimate power. AKA what should have happened when the X-Men just stand back and let everything play out as it's supposed to be, not interfere.
Yeah, that is a very huge theme in this episode.
Yeah.
I did not just drop my microphone. That did not happen. That did not happen because this is a professional show.
Stop asking about it.
Oh, shit. I think I broke it.
Well, while you fix that up, I'll read the first thing that I have found. I'll try to compress this. Keyword there, try. So, the crux of this episode, Rise of Apocalypse Part 2, ties back to a arc in the original series by the name of Beyond Good and Evil, in which Apocalypse fights Cable but steals a time machine from him. Now, the reason he steals this time machine is to go to a place called the Axis of Time, which is where all of time intersects into one specific area. Now, we've seen this referenced in the MCU as the castle of He Who Remains from Loki Season 1 was an axis of time for their universe, but also an axis of the multiverse itself.
Right.
So, in there, Apocalypse came up with the plan of kidnapping the strongest psychics to use their power to break time and rework it into his own image. And Bishop is aided in that arc by a character named Bender. No, not that one. That's in my notes as well. Who came to, he claims to have built the Axis of Time, as he is actually a Mortis, who is another face of Kang.
Is his first name Rigus?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
That went right over your head, didn't it?
I'm sorry, there's too much shit going on in my head. That's just a taste of it. That's a taste of it. The first note, and I had to rewatch an entire arc.
Hang on. I got to call this out. How much sleep have you had in the last 24 hours? Because I got a feeling you haven't slept.
Let's just say I was awake until 5 a.m. last night. That's why I've been working on my notes since 2:30, because that's when I woke up. I've had so much of this, so much.
Oh.
But yeah, that's why I had to rewatch Beyond Good and Evil, because it even has traces back in the first part as well. Like they really tied everything in these two episodes so apocalypse focused, but it's a testament to the quality of the guys who run this show, that like they go back and they find just the most obscure details in every episode that involves apocalypse, and they pull from every which way to make this story work.
Yeah.
It's interesting
because
the
original showrunner is still credited.
What?
Yeah. Because they take
the one that got fired. Yeah.
Yeah. Rhoda May is still credited.
Yeah, he's an executive producer, if I'm correct.
Wow.
Because the creators of the show were executive producers on episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
maybe Disney brought him back.
Maybe, like, wouldn't surprise me, especially with especially with like Bartmann was still in charge when this season was produced. So
yeah, I think they're still using a lot of his notes from the previous season when he was getting ready for a multi-season arc.
Yeah, especially like, the reason that Kang was so involved with this early part of the season, not only because Dramatut was actually in the original Rise of Apocalypse storyline, but also they were trying to tie it back into the Kang dynasty before everything happened. And yeah, you see, like jumping ahead a little bit, but you do see Kang himself in this episode. The famous meme man himself.
Yeah. He's like,
I'm head out.
Yep. Oh shit, Apocalypse is coming. No, I'm out.
Bye. when you guys messaged the blue team chat, and you said who was it said don't fucking spoil anything, and the next thing went what like that, was it?
I think that was Pete.
Yeah, right. Me. I screamed so loud, just like I did on the last 3, right? That my cousin actually came out. He thought I'd stubbed my toe or something. I no, and I had to explain to him what just happened, and he just went, "God," because he hasn't. He was the thing. He didn't even know that this series existed. So we ended up watching it that entire night. Yeah. So we had a long watch in for that one, but it was so good though. And then he was just like, "Now I understand why you were, like, yep."
Yeah. Yeah, genuinely, it's very well made, very well tested. They did their homework before making this one, so they really need to be praised for that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So yeah, as we get into the episode, believe we left off with Ramatut having just blasted the home of, well, not the home, but like the lair of where the X-Men and Apocalypse and Ball and all that were. So we find in the aftermath a dying Ball in Sabanua's arms, saying the exact same thing that he said in the comics when he was dying in his arms, which is the testament of Apocalypse's character. May only the strong survive, and stuff like that. And yeah, we find out later that becomes very much important.
Okay, if you did not cry in this episode, you're fucking heartless.
Yeah.
I
The
was just a
episode
fan.
starts with the death of a father figure, and spoilers, it ends with one too. Spoilers for later.
Can Disney, if you are listening to us, I doubt they are because they're a multi-million-dollar company, million or billion doesn't
Billion.
matter. Yeah, billion. Who cares? It's all run by a house of mouse. Can you stop making me fucking cry? Like I'm still not over Gambit. Okay,
Well, I was
Oh,
going to bring that up. What would you say was more impactful?
Gambit.
Last season episode 5 or this episode from season 2?
Nah, Gambit. Gambit.
yeah, Gambit. They built that up the entire episode where
No, no,
this
no.
was,
Not for that for me. Sorry, Pete. But not for that. It was Rogue's line. I can't
Yeah.
feel him.
I can't
Mm.
feel you. Yeah. And that does, and ironically, that does come back to play in this
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
Not as deep, but it does
Maybe have some
it does play a
implications for later on.
yes, it very much does, especially when you factor in the post-credits scene of last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go with my note. I've got two notes on this one.
Go for it.
And then yeah, we can move on.
Mhm.
So N. Sabanua still calls Magneto Magnus, as in this continuity, Magneto's true name, Eric Lenshaw, wasn't revealed until after the origin episode for Magneto in the original series.
Mhm.
As that episode was season 1, episode 3, Enter Magneto, which was released in November 1992, and the name Eric Lenshaw wasn't revealed for Magneto until Magneto issue 0, released in September 1993. Yeah, and then with the conversation that the X-Men have about just going, well, we tried our best, let's just leave. You have, Bishop and even Beast arguing, maybe we should go back. Oh, sorry, Nightcrawler as well, and some saying that they should stay, like Magneto. You have Magneto bringing up how Bishop is not exactly preaching to the choir, but he's being a bit of a hypocrite because there's been 3 events in the original series where he's gone back in time and fixed things,
Yep.
which were Days of Future Past to stop the Sentinel program, the episode Time Fugitives, which was to prevent Apocalypse from developing a mutant vaccine, or a mutant plague, sorry, and One Man's Worth, where he went back in time to the 1950s to stop Professor Xavier from being assassinated in the 1950s.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, a lot of people forgot that last one because it wasn't
Because
until
he wasn't in that many episodes. But, oh shit, yeah.
he was basically every episode in the original series to do with time travel was him and Cable.
Yeah.
Pretty much every episode. Um, and yeah, that comes back to play because you see Xavier, he goes off to have a conversation. Like while this is happening, Xavier goes off to have a conversation with Sabanua to be like, all right, look, we're not lying to you, but I'm going to tell you the whole truth, which where he reveals, we're time travelers, we came from the future, we're mutants just like yourself. But I believe, and going back to Beyond Good and Evil,
Yeah.
which was why I rewatched it, the idea that Apocalypse gets to use time and time travel and everything is because he doesn't have any idea about time or time traveling until Xavier reveals the fact that they are time travelers. So it also, reinforces his existence by, revealing it as a concept, which gives him the idea for his plan in Beyond Good and Evil.
Mm.
Well, now we also have our first actual fun fact as opposed to tying back to original series.
Yeah.
When you see Charles go into En Sabanua's mind and relive his memories, you see him left in the desert as a baby by his mother. You see him ostracized as a slave.
Oh, how fucking sad is that?
It really was sad.
Oh,
Just
I could never be sympathetic to Apocalypse because it's not like how much I hate Quicksilver because I just think that character's just fucking pathetic. It's just like he's doing his job properly. If I hate Apocalypse and I just literally hate the character because he's a fucking evil piece of shit, but
Yeah.
I can see why he is a piece of shit. Like
yeah,
I would be the same thing if hypothetically my mum, God rest her soul, did something like that. Fuck, that would turn me into the worst version of me that I could ever be. You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why you see that after everything that's happened, it's like, no, it does make sense that he's so iron clasp in his pursuits because he, like he said, he knows what it's like to be at the mercy. Well, sorry, like this is more a Magneto thing, but I think that's why Magneto and him are so close because Magneto was, as we all know, he was a survivor of the Holocaust. And it ties in with Apocalypse being a slave in Egypt because they weren't treated the exact same. One was exterminated and the other was exploited, but he knows what it's like to be at the mercy of men that are perceived as more powerful than him. So I think that's why, on top of trying to achieve Xavier's dream, he was so forthcoming with Apocalypse because, in a way, they're the same person.
Right.
And why he also goes to Charles when he tries to go into Apocalypse's mind that he's used to pain. It gives him comfort.
Yeah, and you see that, like, you see the slaves in blankets while it's sleeping, while it's raining, and he's just sitting there like no blanket, no nothing, and he's not shivering, not in pain. He's just sitting there upset that he's being ostracized. But yeah, we get our first proper Easter egg, as you see in the scene where he's pulling up the statues by himself.
Yep.
Those statues are actually look very much like Khonshu, who was the moon god from Moon Knight. You can see the design of Khonshu's skull at the top of the statues, and Khonshu is an Egyptian god, so it makes sense.
Do you reckon we'll get a Moon Knight cameo in the future? Not that I'm asking for one, but like, do you reckon we might?
Wouldn't put it past him.
But yeah, I wouldn't put it past them with the kind of cameos that we've seen in this series so far. Like, I didn't expect to see Thor. Like,
yeah. Even though it was just more turning into Thor, but still.
Yeah. But it's still a reference to the character. Like, he exists in that time.
Yeah.
And we got all those cameos in the last season.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, like Spider-Man 94. He just popped up out of nowhere with Mary Jane, and so much so that Bo was like, it's okay. He found her.
Daredevil, Doctor Strange. How many other fucking characters that we need a fucking series for, Disney? God damn it!
I know, right? Especially.
And then you read the comic book series that they based that off of, and it's like they don't really give us an answer for it. They still don't give us an answer for it. It's just like, yeah, this happened.
I think that's why Bo was so quick to answer it, because he's like, oh shit, we put Mary Jane in this episode? Whoops! The kind of implications that has. Even though that comic was a good story, it's like you still didn't give us some answers about what happened.
Hey, but at least it sparked the tension for Marvel and DC to Marvel and DC. What the fuck is wrong with me tonight? I clearly need more sleep. Disney to bring back Spider-Man, because there's. Hang on, has it been official that we are going to get an animated series, or they're just going to do that fucking comic?
No, they're still sticking with the comic.
Fucking hell! Like,
even though it'd be cool as a one-off special, like the comic itself actually feels like an ending to the series, but you still have that little space in between. Yeah. Make that a special presentation.
Yeah. Why can't we get a Werewolf by midnight special or some shit?
Werewolf by Night, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Werewolf by Night. Sorry, or even like a 4-part. And yes, I finally watched it, by the way. Marvel Zombies.
Yeah, something like that even.
And mind you, after I watched that, I had some really fucking disturbing nightmares. Thank you, Pete, for that.
Oh, I told you it was good.
Oh.
I didn't say that you wouldn't get nightmares.
No. So this is the thing about having one ear, right? Because sometimes sound is more amplified, especially in my good ear. There was a couple of sound effects that were in that series that may or may not have terrified me, because it is terrifying to hear in one ear. They played a very big part in those fucking nightmares.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially Namor's feathers. Thank you, mate. That one is going to haunt me for a good few months, I reckon.
I told you.
Yeah,
I told you.
Yeah, you did. You did disappoint. Moving on, because I don't want to fucking remember that.
Back to the X-Men.
Yeah, yes. So back to X-Men. So after the whole mental probe from Xavier and Sabanur, you see he's not necessarily deterred from his from his aspirations, but he is like, giving it second thoughts. He is going, okay, well, you guys aren't exactly the bad guys I thought you were. And he understands that, Ramatut is the bad guy in the situation.
Yeah.
But he's still like, he still sees fixing the situation is him ascending essentially and becoming what he believes he was put on this what he was put on this earth for,
Hmm.
which does come into play with a dream that they come back to later. And I just want to preempt this because not a lot of people I've seen this on like forums and Reddit and everything that I've seen.
Yeah.
Because Eternals wasn't so much of a popular film, a lot of people are being caught off guard with the Celestial involvement in this series because Celestials and
Bills,
Eternals,
Eternals.
and they're all a massive thing and they're all their own lore. But because people haven't watched Eternals, they don't have the necessary knowledge. So to help with that a little bit, I've given a little bit of a thing and compressed it to original Rise of Apocalypse story.
Go for it.
Or in that, in Sabanur discovers an ancient celestial ship because in the comics, Celestials came to Earth millions of years in the past and they implanted what they call the Celestial gene in humans, which is where the Marvel universe and our universe deviates because the Celestial gene gives way to things like the mutant gene and superpowers. So, like, basically, the reason superpowers exist in the Marvel universe is because Celestials came and implanted the Celestial gene.
Bastards. I wish they were real so they can give us some,
All
some
right.
powers.
They missed our universe by a little bit. But to tie it to MCU, the Celestials in the MCU sort of do the same thing, but instead of celestial genes, they leave celestial eggs essentially. So they leave the baby Celestials in planets, which they feed on the planets, and then become what you saw in the Eternals film if you've watched it.
You don't need to watch it, guys. It's really fucking terrible.
It's not the worst.
The Celestial sticking out of the ground in Captain America 4.
Captain America well, you see it there as well. But the reason I think they're putting so much emphasis on it is because in the comics, Celestials are so much more tied to the X-Men than they are, say, things like Eternals or Avengers. So to tie it to them, it might have been why they made that little adamantium Easter egg thing in Captain America: Brave New World to try and tie it into the X-Men. Yeah, because they made a big emphasis on that. Like that was why Japan and America were going to war at that film because they wanted to harvest the adamantium from that Celestial.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense now. I didn't put two and two together with that. I mean, I should have, but
Oh yeah, like a lot of people did. They just heard adamantium and were like, "Oh, that's how Wolverine's gonna come." Like
that was pretty much where I was at.
But yeah, because of that, that's why I think the Celestials are being much more emphasized in this, which like we've already seen. There's the Celestial ship, or like it's named ship.
Yep.
And like the significance of that was during Apocalypse's comic debut, the ship was his headquarters. But eventually, X Factor were able to, like we saw in the show, were able to free its consciousness. They became the owner of it. And then eventually it destroyed itself in issue 68 because Apocalypse was obviously trying to get it back.
Can you say X Factor one more time?
You're dealing with the X Factor.
I got everything I want, everything that I need. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, take a shot every time. But yeah, like eventually in the series, Apocalypse
take a shot any time that group is over. Oh wait, it's going to be a very very long, very very short game.
I haven't drank alcohol in 20 years. But yeah,
sorry Albert, sorry X Pac, and sorry just Incredible. We are just fucking around.
Albert, Tenzai, I forget what they call them these days.
Matt Bloom,
that guy.
Yeah, I as I like to call him, Harry back A Train.
Wait.
Hey! I didn't say.
I've got a
say it
hairy
was-
back. Tass has got a hairy
I
back.
didn't.
That's what you
I didn't say it was you.
said.
And plus, you didn't get you didn't get a crowd saying "shave your back, did you?
No, but I got comments from fans
I
afterwards.
got that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that too. Jesus Christ.
Well, hang on, wait. Just sorry to go on a tangent. Why? What? Why did they? Were you a heel or were you a face?
When I was a heel.
Okay, well that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I got it as a face.
you're fucking sexy when you're a face. You know, like when you're a heel, the moment that the sexiness all goes downhill. We all know that. And people just want to see you shaved. That's all. You know,
Well, I shaved my beard. It's just I botched it, so that's why it looks as bad as it does right now.
Yeah, but I wish you'd grow back your fro, man. Like, that was goddamn sexy, man.
It's still here. See?
Yeah, but when you was big,
it's
it was
still
good.
big.
It's not that big.
Oh, well,
And that's what she said.
I haven't had a haircut in like 6 weeks. Calm down.
Oh, okay. Here's me getting hot and bothered. Yeah. Anyway, now, let's get back to the episode before we say something that we will take.
We're already half an hour in, Mister. Can we make this an hour?
Yes, it's true. I know, but you got to also remember I talk a lot of shit.
Mm.
I am a crow after all.
Yeah, that is true. That is
Yep.
true. So we have another big Easter egg now because we're in the part of the episode we're up to. En Sabanur and the X-Men, they finally find a ship, or at least ship in the past, which is where we had Apocalypse's regeneration chamber and such. So, as reference to his backstory, he calls during the mental projections that he had with Charles Xavier, you see the Celestial's eyes in like a star constellation.
Yeah.
And he gets the whole "be eternal" speech, which was like, haha, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But that constellation actually has a name, and it's called the Gardener's Gaze, which En Sabanur does call it that.
Right.
So that is referenced through the celestial pilot that we see in that ship. Like we see an actual physical celestial, and that, Eson the Searcher.
Yeah.
Now this is a fun fact within a fun fact. We've seen that celestial before.
What? When?
It wasn't in Eternals.
The first
Where?
Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
The first Guardians of the Galaxy film. He was the one with the Power Stone and destroyed the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I can't even think of
When
that.
when the Collector's discussing the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, they have power to destroy planets.
Wait, so when they're doing like the flashback bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
okay,
you see a clip of the Celestial like dropping his staff with the Power Stone in it, and it wipes the surface of the planet.
Right. Okay.
That's Eon
Now
the
I'm with you. Now I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah, that's Eson the Searcher. But yeah, he uses the Power Stone weapon, blah, blah, blah. But it's also why Beast makes a reference that there are traces of gamma particles in the ship, because gamma radiation is a massive part of the Infinity Stones, hence why the Hulk was able to find them in the first Avengers film and was able to do the blip in Avengers Endgame, because his body was made of gamma.
Still burnt the shit out of his hand though, but
Oh yeah, it wrecked him, but yeah, still technically that was him.
Someone's going to be extremely lonely for the next few months with a burnt hand like that.
Oh, good lord, yeah. Especially now that he's brought his son back from Sakaar, which we haven't been addressed on yet. Yeah, I watched She-Hulk. Deal with it.
Bada yada 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 yada.
Jesus Christ. I don't know why people hated that.
Look. If you're going to have Megan Thee Stallion on there,
I've read the She-Hulk comics. That's absolutely something she'll do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I get that, but it was just like, why the fuck would you build a whole fucking ad campaign around that? The episode would have been much better if it just left it as a secret camera and not fucking say, "Oh, Megan Thee Stallion's on here and she's gonna twerk."
It's because like the marketing for that show was fucking terrible. Not everyone realized that She-Hulk was more of a comedic character as opposed to an action-based character.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's why they had the ending that they did. Like she breaks the fourth wall just as much as Deadpool does. But
I love that ending because that was straight up John Byrne.
Hang on, are we ever going to get season 2 of that, or is that
no, we're not, because people hated it.
Fuck you, people of the internet worlds.
Exactly. Like that, I was on the Reddits and forums that people were like defending that show to the death, but they were just getting fucking obliterated by people that were just like, oh, it was shit because she fucking played.
Can we just be very careful saying Reddit, because you might find stuff on Reddit maybe as someone who's joined the cast of What If It's Cool that will fucking scare,
Yeah, stay off Reddit, kids. Stay off 4chan.
don't go on it, because there's stuff on there that you don't want to see.
There's stuff on 4chan too. Stay off that.
Oh fuck 4chan. We ain't giving that props. That's like king toxic of the internet.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh.
But back to the original fact, the quick tangent we have about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So the reason it was called the Gardener's Gaze is because the Celestials in any universe, in any Marvel universe, play they are basically the creators. So after the Big Bang, they're the ones that cultivate life. They're the ones that create planets. They're the ones that tell the stories. So the reason that Eson finds Apocalypse is to make him a avatar of destruction. So he's the one who wipes out the world so that way they can place new life on it.
All right.
And the Gardener's Gaze is a reference to Eon's eyes being the one to cultivate Apocalypse, which is why he speaks to him directly. So yeah, and it's more along the lines of, like, as a reference to it, think Beerus from Dragon Ball Super. So he's being made a god of destruction, so that way he can destroy things to make way for new life.
But the only difference is, at least with Barris, he likes to eat.
Yeah, like you have a way
and it has a thing for green sexy aliens,
Yeah. But yeah, it also confirms that in episode 3, when Charles was in, whose mind was he in? Was it? No, it wasn't Ramatut.
No,
he was in. He was in Ansel. Sorry,
General Logos.
Yeah, that was the voice he heard. He heard the voice of Eon the Searcher. Yeah, but also the line that was said by Eson the Searcher in that scene was an exact same quote that Apocalypse said in episode 10 of season 3. I am the guy that will bring to the eternal shore. So that's why it ties all the way back. It's why Apocalypse. And yeah, now we're up to the scene with Rogue and Sabanur, which is a very, very beautiful scene. Because they talk about love, they talk about companionship. It's like Rogue's not trying to turn him, but she's like showing, yeah, I get it, I get you, I get why you're doing this, and that was beautiful as well, considering like the character arc that Rogue and Magneto had in season 1. It's like they were two sides of the same coin. So now she's trying to do the same with Sabanur, but unlike Magneto, she's not trying to make him a good guy. She's just trying to tell him, I get it.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful thing. Like, there was callbacks to Gambit, and you don't see it in the show, but in the original comic, Sabanur was in love with a woman, but she dies, I think, she dies in like the same scene that Ball does. So he sees love and companionship as nothing but pain, and she's like, yeah, no, I get that too, because she couldn't touch Gambit, which was pain on her part. Yeah, and then finally we get, because they're all sleeping now, they're all asleep, ready to go to the ship the next day. We get Ramatut at his best. He lays out everything, and I'm surprised that maybe you caught this, Tass, but as a reference to the voice of Ramatut, John DeLacy, he says one of Q's famous quotes. He's going to be so surprised. Which is why, he's telling the story, like, hey, Xavier, I'm going to explain everything to you, and he's going to be so surprised. I'm like, that was a pop.
And it's one of those you got to, really pay attention, because it's sort of in the background.
Yeah, and it's because, the focus of the scene is Xavier, figuring this all out.
Yeah.
Only the people that know who John DeLacy is would get that kind of quote.
Yeah.
And we have in this scene, we have Charles seeing a celestial temple, which is Apocalypse Sphinx, which was Apocalypse's headquarters after a ship in the original series was freed.
Mm.
But we know that it's a celestial ship because it actually has celestial markings on its paws, which you only see for like a few seconds, but they're there.
Yeah.
And then we get the crux of why Ramatut is here, as he starts mentioning having many names like Nathaniel, Victor, Kang.
Just straight up says it.
He just straight up
Kang.
says it. Like, oh, they might be subtle about it. Oh yeah, my name is Kang, by the way, and we're like, oh okay, never mind. Subtle as a fucking brick.
Sorry, the first thing when you said Nathaniel, just like, really, we're going to give Clinton a fucking platform right now?
Jesus, yeah, that guy.
I'm going for the jugular tonight. I'm just going to try to get heat with everybody.
Yeah, ain't you what? Jesus Christ, we're trying to talk about comics here, man. You just trying to bury the Melbourne indie scene. But yeah, the names more succinctly are references to his actual name, which is Nathaniel Richards.
Mhm.
Victor being a reference to Victor Timely, who we've seen in Loki season 2, as well as
Yep.
it was in in the comics.
Fuck,
And
I
of
thought it was a reference to the Doom.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
I'm really fucking out of it on this one.
Kang was never Victor Von Doom, man.
No, I know, but like
Victor Von Doom is Victor Von Doom.
No, I know, but like the reason why I thought it was Victor Von Doom is because of Doomsday. Like,
No,
that's
no.
why I was like, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
what-
What's going on?
That's what everyone thought, but no, that's why, because there's so many references to Loki in this show. Like even something that I didn't point out last episode, but it was on my facts list, was when you first see Rama Tut in episode 3, you get a hint of He Who Remains theme from Loki, which is why if you look in the credits, Loki is themed, Loki is credited at the end with the soundtrack. Yeah, like they did their homework. They really did their fucking homework. Sorry, Tass, were you gonna say something? No. What do we got next? Yeah, Apocalypse, Sphinx, Nathaniel. Yeah, so and obviously Kang being his true identity, Kang the Conqueror, that we see later in the episode.
Mm.
But quickly, I will say this because I did feel that I had to write this down to address the real life involvement of Kang the Conqueror in this episode. I did look into it and I did do my research. I made sure that it's all good sources. But showrunner Bo DeMaio, he had both seasons 1 and 2 planned before season 2 was even being scripted. So before season 1 was being scripted, sorry.
Yeah.
So he had all of this in mind when he was writing it. It was still Kang Dynasty was still in the cards. So all of this was done before the Jonathan Majors saga. So that's why, we get a lot of references to Kang, we get a lot of references to the Celestials. Um, but that's the reason that it's all here. So in case anyone was like, why are they doing so much Kang stuff when it's all Doctor Doom? It's like it was already done. It was already done by the time this was being made. But they've also addressed it in universe. So if you've watched Loki season 2, like I haven't,
Well,
you
now
find
have
out
access to it thanks to the company card.
that I do. I've also got to watch Wonder Man. I haven't watched that yet.
That's really fucking good, and you need to watch it.
I know I've heard only good things. I just haven't had the time. But yeah, we find out that the Kang variants, sorry, are still running around. They're still doing their thing. They're still being evil, yada yada yada. But the TVA are just doing a very good job of policing them and making sure that they don't get out of line.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that has been addressed. That has been taken care of in universe and out of universe. However, the situation with Jonathan Majors plays out, because I have seen that, he's appealed and there is evidence that he actually didn't do it, but I'm not a commentator on that. I don't know the situation. I'm not Jonathan Majors or anyone involved with him. So that's all I can say on that front.
Yeah, and you're not a commentator in general, because that's my job. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I'll leave that to you, brother. You can bury him.
Yeah.
But to get back to the episode, we're still in the visions. So in these visions, we do hear a lot of voices in the background. So we hear voices of Say like for example, the two eyes that we hear behind Ramatut,
Mhm.
they're confirmed to be future and past versions of Ramatut because they are the avatars of his past and future, which is why they're like, oh, he won't get it, he won't get it, oh, he will, just give him a minute, because
Mm.
that's the past one saying, nah, he won't, but the future one's like, no, he will, trust me. But we also hear the voice of Bender, who was the disguised Immortus in Beyond Good and Evil. You hear him when just after you hear the reference to John Delaney, because it's like he's like, "Oh, I built it," which like in the original series he claims to have done, and that's why Bishop calls him out. Like, how the hell did a dumbass like you do this? And he's like, eh. But yeah, and then also like we hear him in the original series and everything. Like, it is very much they did do their homework of like, who when was Kang in this series? Let's implement that.
Mm.
But there's a big one here that really set off a lot of flags for me. When Ramatut is explaining the axis of time and the axis of the multiverse, we get to see it. We get to actually have a physical look at it. And it very much looks like a web, as was depicted in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
That little web in the center, I believe, is that universe. Like how when Christ, I've forgotten his name now.
Miles
Miguel,
Morales.
Miles?
not Miles. Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Miguel O'Hara.
Thank you.
Miguel. Yeah, when
We'll start with him.
Miguel's explaining it, you see like the center of webs and everything, which are like the portals to the universes, and you see all the things play out in them. I believe why we see only one web in the center is because that is the universe that the X-Men animated series is in, which is Earth 92103, I believe. I believe that's the
Same
Earth
as
code
the
for
animated
that.
Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, it's all code. It's all Earth 92103, I believe. Same as like Marvel Zombies is Marvel. It's Earth 20412, I believe, or 24012. It's one of those two combinations. Yeah, so I believe what we're looking at is their universe's axis in the multiversal loop.
Okay.
And yeah, we get Ramatut explaining the idea of retrocausality, which for a little bit of a science thing, because yes, I had to become an expert on retrocausality in the last 2 hours. It's basically a time loop of events. So, for example, Charles and Apocalypse are in their own circle of retrocausality because for as long as Apocalypse exists, Charles will try to stop him.
Right.
But as we found out in this episode, the more Charles tries to stop him, the more he comes into existence. So it starts an endless cycle. Charles tries to fight Apocalypse, but because of that fight, Apocalypse exists in himself. It's an endless loop. But we have also seen this explanation before. In the MCU, once again, He Who Remains explains this causality to Loki and Femme Loki, I've forgotten her name. Sylvie. And it was the same thing there. He says, you stab me in the chest, the rest of me start a multiversal war, and I end up back here, same as always. So it's that same retrocause loop, which is why I believe they were tying so much into the Kang Dynasty, especially with all of the seeds they planted for that at the very beginning of the multiversal saga, which was Loki season 1. Yeah, they tie all of the Easter eggs and everything to Kang in that show into this because back then when this was being written, that was what they were leading to.
So in other words, what you're saying is like it's an endless time loop. So basically, we have to drop this line: Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Yep.
Not only did we know it would turn into a meme, but we didn't know it would turn into the crux of the next saga in the MCU.
Very much.
The whole universe is the time storm. Fucking change my mind. All of existence is the time storm. Oh, but yeah. So yeah, we get that, and that is where Ramatut just goes, "All right, I've done my job. Bye." So yeah, now we're back. The X-Men are awake. They're back to traveling, and they finally find the Apocalypse Sphinx. Well, they don't know it's called that, but they find the Apocalypse Sphinx, which is where you get you see the Celestial, and you see basically everything that we saw in Beyond Good and Evil when they found that original ship, which is why Beast relates to it later, saying, we've been here before.
Yeah.
Um, so for little facts into things we come in this show, the resurrection chamber that Charles, Nur, and Magneto walk into is the exact same chamber we saw in episode 1. So the scenes where we saw Apocalypse in his resurrection chamber, like disclaiming humanity and everything, exact same chamber.
Same one.
Yep. All the background details, all the color scheme, exactly the same. Which is why, like, I paid much attention to that, because the glyphs in the background actually tell the story of Apocalypse himself. They don't tell it in order, but you do see, like, you see him when he was a slave under Ramatut, and the picture of Ramatut even has markings that resemble Kang.
Yep.
We also see Charles and Magneto bringing him into Ascension with circle marks that resemble not only the Celestial tech, as we've seen, Kang and the Eternals use, but it was also used to depict holy figures in Renaissance paintings. Like you see the picture of. Sorry?
Yeah, and it's insane that image that Charles was like, we may have made a huge mistake.
Yeah, he sees that and it's just,
Magnus, you need to get here right now.
Yep.
Like, oh shit, we played into his hands.
That whole scene though, with this is how good that scene was, and it was fucking terrifying. The music that was just playing in the background, especially when Charles went, you need to be right now, was fucking terrifying. Now, if I was a kid watching this, I reckon I would have fucking nightmares just from that score alone. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah, because I haven't confirmed this, which is why I haven't written it down in my notes. But apparently there are a lot of people saying that is a slowed down remixed version of Apocalypse's theme, which would make sense if it was true. It's just I haven't found anything to back it up. So that's why
I'd have to have a second listen through that one. I think. Yeah,
like when you see his first appearance in the original series, it was that theme, but very slowed down and sort of remixed. But I'd have to look into that. Like I said, I couldn't find anything confirming it, and I've listened to the tracks, one after the other, and they sound very similar, but I don't know if it's the exact same thing or if they were just going for the same vibe. But yeah, and then you've got, and the glyphs in the background tell the stories with En Sabanur. You got Magneto and Charles fucking shitting a brick because they just realized what happened. But you also have, which is also plays into a theory that I have about in this show, because the big theory will come later. But I believe I know who will be Death by the end of the series.
Do we have to cue the cue cards now for your conspiracy theory?
Probably.
All right. Cue the cue cards for conspiracy theories with Texas Pete. And now it's time for conspiracy theories with Pete.
Okay, so in episode 2.
In a Texan accent, please.
Oh, fucking. Hang on a second.
I was just fucking around.
Cue cards thing, hang in there. Okay,
What's he getting?
No, I was trying to find my Texas Pete hat. It's not here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was looking at I've got a box of wrestling trinkets behind me, and I thought I had it. I've got the Texas Pete shorts, but I don't have the hat. I was gonna put the shorts on my head, but I thought that it looked stupid.
Says the man who's wearing a bandana. Oh.
Says the man who wears a do-rag. Jesus, at least I don't try. At least I don't.
Oh!
Yeah, probably cut that one out, actually.
I bleeped it out, but oh my god.
Yeah, bleep that out.
You win tonight. Oh, you win tonight.
As soon as I said it, I'm like, I might have Sir. Jesus Christ. All right, rewind that one.
Yeah.
So the conspiracy theory starts with episode 2. We have X Factor hunting down the original Horseman War, who, we've seen the notes in the end of episode 1 and everything.
Mm.
So we see him and the other horsemen raise a coffin. Now, we don't see in the coffin, we don't see any details of the coffin, but we see them performing some kind of ritual.
Mm.
I believe I know who is in that coffin, and I believe it's Gambit. Now, we haven't got confirmation, but we have a lot of details and a lot of crumbs that lead to that conclusion. For one, in the intro of this very episode, we have the scene from Remember It.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have a lot of references to Gambit through Rogue. She gets more lines in this episode than she has in the past 3 episodes.
Mm.
And a lot of her references are to Gambit because of the whole Genosha thing.
Mm.
So I believe that, like in the comics, because yes, I had to look this up, Gambit becomes Death in modern times because the big conversation that Rogue and Sabanur has, I believe, is referenced in the post-credit scene of season 1 when Apocalypse goes to Genosha and specifically finds one of Gambit's playing cards.
Yes.
So that's why I believe once Genosha was done, Apocalypse took advantage to see if he could find any dead strong mutants or X-Men to make into another one of his horsemen, because the other ones were starting to become obsolete, for lack of a better word. But yeah, that's why I've also got this fact besides the glyph. In the glyphs, you see the 4 horsemen. We see the 4 horsemen depicted. But we specifically only see 3. We only see Pestilence, War, and Famine.
Yeah.
And they were the original 3. Like, they were the ones that were on the scene before Archangel became Death in the original series.
Right.
So that's why I believe not seeing Death is a reference to Death is not around yet, which, this is why it's always led to main characters becoming horsemen. Like, we've had Archangel, we've had Gambit, but we're going to have Gambit again.
Yeah.
But there is also a reference in that scene. So we see the Maw of Apocalypse open up, which is the crystal that he uses to become his true form. We've seen that in the comics before. Specifically, X-Men Volume 2, number 185, which was the 4th part of the Blood of Apocalypse storyline. In that storyline, that's when Gambit becomes Death. Gambit as Death is on the cover of X-Men Volume 2, number 185.
Yep.
And we specifically see that more in that comic. And that was what the nail in the coffin was for me. Figuratively and physically.
So X-Men Volume 2, issue what?
Volume 2, issue 185.
185.
The Blood of Apocalypse, part 4.
Let's have a look. Fuck!
Yep. Gambit's right there on the fucking cover.
That is a terrifying. That is obviously we can't show it because it's copyrighted. Oh wait, we'll put it on the Patreon one. But this is a fucking terrifying cover.
Yep.
Holy
Like it is literally like the smallest of breadcrumbs, but once you figure it out and go on that deep dive and you find that, it makes it so obvious.
Yep.
I really want to buy this comic now.
I've read it.
Just for this cover.
Well, yeah. Worst comes to worst, you might be able to find it at like Comics R Us or something because they have a lot of the old.
Yeah, they do.
2000s.
That's why I found it.
Yeah, they've got so much 2000s X-Men. It's not funny.
Well, we should just go and visit Rich since he works at Lobos.
Oh yeah, Lobos too. If Lobos don't have it, Comics R Us definitely will.
Oh yeah, 100% they would.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. And then cue card, end of sickening. So after that, we get the most funniest scene in the entire fucking series. Ramatut just pulls an I'm a head out, gets in his pod.
I'm out of here, bitches.
Bye. Pew! And that has been memed to death. I have seen so many of them. It is so funny. Just like, you get the face I pull when I'm about to leave the party, and it's like it's just Kang smiling, and it's like Jesus Christ, it is so funny.
You know what it's more like for me? It was like Deadpool 2 where Domino's goes, nope.
Yeah. Oh, what was the name?
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Yeah, yeah.
No, and we're not talking about Jay Hunter. We're just talking about,
We're talking about the actual Juggernaut.
yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that's why I love that scene because like not only does
Oh,
it
hi, Chrissy. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
just her face looming from the
And not even her actual face, just a stock footage of it.
we gotta ask her for a photo of her like death staring with a camera to her face. Oh god.
She's not even here. We're making fun of her. Fucking hell. We are so gonna fucking die.
We're
We're
gonna put
fucking
it in
dying.
ask group chat. Just be like, yeah, we're making fun of you, by the way.
I'm doing that right now.
Oh, well, while you do that, I'll take the second to address the little Easter egg he actually gave before he pulls the eye and I'm head out. He's speaking to his attendant, who is by the name of Chandra, spelt with a C. I know it was confusing at first.
Yeah, that's weird.
He drops a hint that may play a part in her future, dropping that Apocalypse may only be challenged by a force that is external. So that is a massive Easter egg because there is actually a mutant team called the Externals, and we have seen them in the original series. Are you surprised at this point?
No.
They're a team of mutant immortals, which has included Apocalypse in the past. We've also seen another member named Cannonball, who was in the original series, season 5, episode 12.
Fuck, I'm about to say, we talking about Johnny DeVille? Shit.
Not
Fuck.
him.
Fucking hell. It's like
He's a mutant immortal. Shit.
Oh man. I was
wondering
wondering why he was so fucking good and had fucking red hair. Shit.
I know, right? I'm gonna wrestle him soon. Shit. I'm gonna die. Oh,
All right, I am so going for the jugular tonight. I'm just name dropping everybody tonight. Fucking this is great.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, to finish, Chandra, she also appeared in Cable's notes, which were mentioned at the end of episode 1. She is immortal, and she has also appeared in the original series in season 2, episode 6, under the alias External. She was a being that Remy's Thieves Guild would make offerings to in exchange for power.
Yep.
And then we're up to the scene that we were all dreading getting to.
I don't want to fucking cry.
Like I kind of knew it was coming the second he was sending all the X-Men back.
Yep.
I was like, okay, something's about to go down.
Xavier clawing onto his cape, though.
Hang on, I'll tell you how I knew it was coming, because the fucking sound that when Apocalypse shot Magneto for the first time, that particular noise, right? Especially in video games that Apocalypse has been in, there haven't been that many, but there have been some, right? When you hear that one, you know that someone's about to fucking die, or you're about to die because your health is dying. Oh,
I remember that game. Like I remember the first time I ran into Apocalypse, like in anything, was I think it was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where he's the main villain.
For me, it was X-Men versus
that
Street
one
Fighter.
or the first one? Yeah, X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Yeah,
X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Because Onslaught was Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh yeah, it was Onslaught.
Wasn't he the first one for Marvel vs. Capcom? Or was it? Or...
Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, what to say?
Abyss was
fucking
the villain in the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only because I remember every time you play, I think it was the arcade mode. The Apocalypse is always the final boss, but he's just basically this huge ass fucking drill that always kill you.
But he was so easy to beat, though. That was the fucking problem.
Yeah,
so easy to beat. But then when you had to fight your so depending on let's say hypothetically you did the Ryu and Cyclops one, whoever you won with, you had to now defeat that partner with the one you won. And 9 times out of 10, especially if you were me, you did it with the least powerful fighter that you had.
That's the thing, like with this episode, what's Apocalypse do the second he becomes Apocalypse? Grows.
Fucking gross.
He's a
Oh,
grower, not a shower.
yeah. I just wish Rogue was in that scene on the floor again.
Disney, bring back the cake, please.
Bring back the cake. They referenced it in season 1. Why couldn't they bring it back? Which is great because we have to keep it light. Because the first fact I have from this scene, because I could only write down 3. After Magneto's death, which was absolutely fucking seeing his organs go transparent and seeing his skeleton.
And watching Apocalypse's smile when he's about to do it.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. After his death, his helmet resembles the broken moon that Charles saw in his vision in episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
Same color scheme and everything. I checked. Because he does change the color of his helmet in this episode. It's not straight red and purple. It's like a more magenta.
Yeah.
It's just But I will say one of the best fucking exchanges I have seen in any Marvel content, comic, movie, or show. Charles just drops one of the hardest lines I've ever heard.
Please don't say it. Please don't say it.
I want to do that because it's so good.
All right, hang on. If I cry, Pete, if I cry, it's fucking you.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay?
He basically, at first, he's basically saying "your mama" to Apocalypse.
Yeah, he drops a "yo mama" joke on Apocalypse. But it's like he says it in his own way, and it's done so perfectly because it's like after the whole two-parter and the whole thing of like Charles wanting to save Apocalypse and like, look, I get it, I'm trying my best, and even going towards Magneto's way of doing things at the start of this episode because he sees what Magneto's trying to do. Just you see that like that's the point where he snaps. He's like, fuck this mutant in particular. You're a
Yeah.
It's like the hardest line of all fucking time.
You're a monster.
How wise of your mother to leave you in the desert.
I'm sorry, but like, really, we're not. We're going to ignore the fact that Pete said the forbidden word.
What word? Forbidden? Forbidden temple. Anyone get that reference?
What the fuck?
That was an ass full of
I'm fucking lost.
That was a hell of an ass.
Is that even on Paragraph Plus?
And how does Apocalypse respond?
Yep.
He
how
just
does
steps
Apocalypse
right over him
with the biggest fucking boot you've ever seen in your life? Like, Jesus.
I thought he was gonna crush him at that point. I was like, oh shit.
Like I knew he was big, but Christ. But that's why I love his response because he doesn't like break a sweat, he doesn't like twitch or anything, doesn't break his smile. Only a coward feels mighty when stepping on ants.
Which is what Magneto said to him.
Yep, which is what Magneto said to him at the beginning of episode 3. Like, not only, like, he's like, oh, you're going to diss my mama? I'm going to diss the motherfucker I just killed.
Yeah.
Like,
but even before then, like, the image of Apocalypse's shadow going over both Magneto and Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
great imagery.
That's freaky, dude.
I'm glad that they didn't do like because it was so easy for them to do. And I was genuinely at one point, I was like praying they wouldn't do it because it was so easy. But I thought at one point that Apocalypse was going to say, I am inevitable. Like, I genuinely thought he was going to drop that.
We seriously have not recovered from Endgame, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, we've
we
not.
probably won't in a few months' time either.
Oh,
they're re-releasing it.
Yeah, they're re-releasing it with because apparently, like when they re-released it to try and beat Avatar as the most highest grossing film,
which is what I mentioned in the weekly. Yeah.
Like all the scenes that they added, they finally finished them. So they
Yeah.
chucked him in the film, and now they're re-releasing that. I'm like, why?
So are we gonna go watch that and just
Oh, well,
I
I don't
really
know.
don't.
I don't
I
know.
really don't. I'm gonna save my money for Brand New Day. Thank you.
Yeah, we got that 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Are we gonna see it together, a la Wolverine and Deadpool, or we just gonna see it?
I reckon we should.
if you want to, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
but I want to do it in 4D. I know I said I want to watch what do 4D again, but for a Spider-Man movie, I'm willing to risk my back, because the bubbler one, my boy, he wants to go watch it. But also in 4D, like that's going to be really cool. But I reckon we should do it on a Tuesday because it's only going to cost us like less than $20.
That's true. Like we can see it at Hoyts Melbourne Central. They've got
Did they have 4D?
Yeah, they got 4D. They got everything there.
Yeah.
I was there. I was there on Sunday. I saw Toy Story 5 with the missus, which
Oh, God.
for a quick review of that is actually surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it is good for what they tried to do, and like for how much they paid attention to the previous films. Not bad at all.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Let's talk about the post credit scene, because if you're one of those people
jump
that
to
like to skip the end the credits, which you shouldn't fucking do half the time, give some people some credit. I lost my shit at this one because I'm just like, that's one of my favorite comic book covers of all
Multiple
time.
nights.
Yep. Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, number 268. I've got in my notes.
268?
268.
Okay.
Which I think next episode won't reference what happened in these past two. It's just going to be its own thing.
It's gonna be its own thing, like they did with episode 4 last time, because episode 4 was the standalone with Jubilee, if I remember correctly. But yeah, like I'll do my notes for that one. So we've got Wolverine's outfit was worn once before in episode 11 of season 5 in the early series. It was the episode Old Soldiers, which was an entire flashback to Wolverine fighting with Captain America during World War II.
Which is a great fucking episode too.
It really was. Like they really tried. They really hit their stride in season 5. Unfortunately, they got canceled though. And we also have Black Widow, who this is actually one of my funnest facts that I've written down. The costume that she's wearing in this scene was also designed by Jim Lee.
No, I didn't know that. Are you serious?
Yep, because it was designed for the cover of Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, number 268, which has Wolverine, Captain America, and Black Widow on the cover.
That's my favorite version of Black Widow, looking like that. Not her hair, but like
the 90s Black Widow.
The 90s Black Widow. Yeah, that was designed by Jim Lee.
Fuck.
Yep.
Is there anything bad that Jimmy Lee's done? I can't think of anything.
Genuinely, like him and who was the writer before him? No,
Claremont?
Jim Lee and
Claremont?
Jim Lee. Sorry,
Claremont?
Claremont. Yeah, Jim Lee and Chris Claremont are like the definitive X-Men creative team.
Yeah,
they are the definitive. Like because especially with like Jim Lee doing X-Men number 1, and that still to this day being the highest selling single issue comic. Like they sold the most copies. Like that is that is a testament to the man.
Yep.
But also we also have second fun fact. She is voiced by Lake Bell, who also voices Black Widow in the What series.
Okay.
Wait, she plays Black Widow in what?
She voices Black Widow in What If.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
okay.
That was a genuine, like, I was surprised when I saw that because I looked a little bit into it, and that genuinely popped me. We also have getting the old band back together, which may be referencing we might be getting a sequel to an original series episode called Weapon X Lies and Videotapes.
Well, if you see the title of the next episode, that's pretty much what it is.
I haven't seen.
For the love of God, if Omega Red is not in that episode, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed.
It was referenced in the first series, in the first season. I think. He's coming back.
No, I want that motherfucker back.
If he's still submerged in that submarine.
Yep, he's still in that submarine.
This entire time
starts in the submarine.
And Maverick better be in it as well. I know he would be, but like I want to show more love to Maverick. Maverick is a really underrated character. I love Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick's good. But also, I'm looking forward to the fact, which I had to double check. This, and I don't know if it is an actual fact.
Yeah.
But we will probably see Sabretooth in this next episode. I don't think he's been in 97.
Probably.
Yet.
He has not been in 97. No.
Only in the
No.
comic prequel.
He's only been in the comic prequel. So
Yeah.
he will see Sabretooth for the first time in the remake in
Sweet.
97.
And
Which,
hopefully
yeah,
he's
I'm
original
genuinely
character.
looking forward to. He was
Hopefully
my
he's the
favorite.
original actor. Sorry, I said character.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite characters in the original series.
I still yet to find a cartoon from the 90s that I grew up with that still has a character that still freaks me out.
Oh
And
yeah,
then so because like the claws, the voice and just the overall demeanor of Sabretooth is still fucking scary.
he will never be topped when it comes to the episode where Wolverine was in Antarctica and Sabretooth hunted him down.
Oh, how terrifying was that?
Just like they mistake Sabretooth for the Wendigo with how scary he was.
Oh man.
And
I
just you hear him scream out, Wolverine! Fucking
You know what?
Christ.
You know why the only mistake that that Marvel did to sort of make me feel a little bit more comfortable with Sabretooth was I can't remember which one it was. I got a feeling maybe an X Force, maybe an X Men. I'm not sure. Where it's when when Sabretooth lost his mind, right?
Yeah.
And he became like a cat. There was one where he was just running around the X Mansion, and he was literally like he was dragging. I don't know if it was Jubilee or something. It was one of the kitties in it, and he was just like a dog, like a full on dog, and
Yeah.
licking and all that stuff. And that's like, oh, I kind of like Sabretooth like this now. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I don't know what it says about me as a person, but I that's how I sort of like come to like sort of like be desensitized to this character. But
Mm.
I prefer my Sabretooth to have no mind and just being like a cat.
You prefer your Sabretooth domesticated.
Yeah, neutered and spayed. You know.
Dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
Because we all see how that ends up. His son was in the original series and he was a normal human. And
Yeah,
fucking hated it.
but he was just as much of a dick than as his dad. So what
Yeah,
do you
that's
expect?
true. That is true. All right. Well, in the interest of keeping this episode under an hour and a half, because an hour wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, we knew that.
One more conspiracy thing.
Okay, do we have
One
to kill?
more.
Do we have to
I
kill
will.
the cue cards again?
No, this one. Well, we can do the cue cards, but I've compressed this one specifically to try and fit.
All right.
To,
Well, yeah. Well, I said Texas Pete as a joke. That's obviously not in the cue cards, but cue the cue cards for conspiracy comic theories with Pete.
ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. So, this is my secret war theory that comes directly from this episode.
Right.
Now, we all know that the Secret Avengers Secret War film is going to be based on the 2015 comic book event of the same name, where Doctor Doom destroys the multiverse and makes it into one planet by the name of Battleworld. So, in the comics, he steals the powers of the Beyonders to achieve this, which the Beyonders were also the cause of the original 1984 Secret Wars event. But in the MCU, the Beyonders haven't been established, but the Celestials have. Now, with this in mind, and also in mind the continuity that I established with He Who Remains in Loki, I believe that Doom will find out that the Celestials are the ones that actually control this, like what the TVA calls the sacred timeline, which when you look at it in any scene or anything that it's in, whether it be Loki or Across the Spider-Verse or anything, it's always a circle. Always a circle. Sometimes it looks like a web, sometimes it looks like a stream of water, but it's always a circle because it always comes back around. So what I think is going to happen is Doctor Doom will find out about this circle and he will try to break it because he will find out that of all the times that time resets and everything happens again, it causes nothing but pain and suffering and everybody hates it. So he goes, screw it, I'm going to do it myself. Probably takes the power from the Celestial that is still stuck in Earth, because as we saw, the Fantastic Four are coming to our timeline at the end of Thunderbolts, or New Avengers, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So he steals the power from that Celestial as it is technically full grown. Steals the power, destroys the multiverse, creates Battle World out of Earth, as he might like this new Earth. We'll find out Doomsday probably. And that is what I believe they've written because, he'll wish to break it. He'll wish to break the loop that the Celestials have caused, and he will try to remake a world where everyone can live in peace in his own image. also like that was also alluded to in the original Spider-Man animated series event, Secret Wars.
Right. Okay.
That's my theory.
All right. I like the theory. I don't know how much legs it has, but we'll see in the next couple of weeks and months because Marvel likes to keep us fucking waiting. Boys,
Really do.
season 2 is season 2, episode 4 of X-Men 97. Is it cool?
It is cool. I really like it.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I wouldn't call it abominable because it just had its moments, but also it's just I don't like fucking episodes of X-Men that make me cry. It's
Was apocalyptic.
yeah.
It was apocalyptic.
It was apocalyptic.
Uncanny.
No, because like with last season with the Remember Me episode, right? I think it's because it had so much action in there. That's why I thought it was one of the best episodes.
And there was a lot of stakes to it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But this one, it was just more fear based, and I just,
And a lot more condensed, essentially.
Although it's a longer episode because it's nearly 40 minutes.
Yeah, it really felt like
It didn't feel that long.
Well,
but when I
it was
looked
a
at
good
it,
episode, but
Yeah,
there was a lot to it.
Didn't drag, but there's so much packed. So much packed into it.
Yeah, but I can't wait for next week because this will come out next Wednesday. So by the time you watch this episode, episode 5 would have dropped, and episode 6 is about to drop. So yes.
Yep.
But with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Want more from What If It's Cool? Make sure to check out the YouTube channel where you can find the video portion of this podcast as well as some interesting videos. And don't forget to follow What If It's Cool on all socials. It can be found at What If It's Cool. Keep that support coming. And speaking of support, for $7 a month, you can get your names in the credits just like these cool cats, but also get exclusive episodes, exclusive only shows like the Campy Horror Watch Along show, and early access to episodes and some other stuff and some announcements that we'll be announcing in the future. And until next time, we'll catch you on next one. Peace.